once you hit the ground running, even if you're doing it quietly behind the scenes, which is what I've focused my energy on thus far.
One of the worst things that you can do to harm your success is let what others think about you and how you view others affect you. So many people are concerned about what the outside world thinks of what they are and what they're doing. In reality, none of that matters. You need to focus on you and just worry about yourself. Don't worry about what all these other people are saying. And if somebody else is doing something incredibly great, don't beat yourself up over not have done something great yet, because you still need time to focus and learn and gain more knowledge and information.
UN Women, as you guys know, has defined the year 2030 as the expiration date for gender inequality.
And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, because when it's your turn to shine, you're going to light up the world like nobody's ever seen. There's nothing wrong with taking more time to mature and get the most out of your experience of everything, because some people that try to rush it just aren't going to turn out well in the long run. It may look good for the short term, but that's not what you need to worry about. You need to make sure you set yourself up for life. Don't worry about these little things here and there, but focus on you and how you can make yourself better than you did the day before, and what you can change and how to improve to become the most well-oiled machine that's driven to fight for success every waking moment. You want those people that you thought were doing well to look at you and think you're doing absolutely amazing when it's all said and done. You want them to look back in awe and think, how did they go wrong? And make them look up to you as a successful figure.
Women all over America are fighting greasy pots and pans. 2 boys from my class said, "Yeah, that's where women belong, in the kitchen." I remember feeling shocked and angry and also just feeling so hurt. It just wasn't right and something needed to be done. So I went home and I told my dad what had happened, and he encouraged me to write letters. So I did, to the most powerful people I could think of. Now, my 11-year-old self worked out that if I really wanted someone to hear me, well, then I should write a letter to the First Lady. So off I went, scribbling away to our First Lady at the time, Hillary Clinton. I also put pen to paper and I wrote a letter to my news source at the time, Linda Ellerby, who hosted a kids' news program, and then to powerhouse attorney Gloria Allred, because even at 11, I wanted to cover all my bases. Finally, I wrote to the soap manufacturer, and a few weeks went by, and to my surprise, I received letters of encouragement. And this evening, I am extremely proud to stand before you on this significant day, which serves as a reminder to all of us of how far we've come, but also amid celebration, a reminder of the road ahead. I want to tell you a story that'll sort of give context to my being here and my work with UN Women. When I was just 11 years old, I unknowingly and somehow accidentally became a female advocate. It was around the same time as the Beijing conference, so a little over 20 years ago, where in my hometown of Los Angeles, a pivotal moment reshaped my notion of what is possible. Yes, I mean, I think that knowing that I've just been here for 3 months, for me, it's very important to, once you hit the ground running, even if you're doing it quietly behind the scenes, which is what I've focused my energy on thus far, is meeting with the right people, meeting with the right organizations behind the scenes quietly, learning as much as I can so that I can maximize the opportunity we have here to really make an impact. I think what's interesting is I hear a lot of people saying, when speaking about girls' empowerment, finding and knowing their worth, or women's empowerment as well, you'll often hear people say, well, you're helping women find their voices. And I fundamentally disagree with that, because women don't need to find a voice. They have a voice, they need to feel empowered to use it, and people need to be encouraged to listen. And I think right now in the climate that we're seeing with so many campaigns, I mean, with Me Too and Time's Up, there is no better time than to really continue to shine a light on women feeling empowered and people really helping to support them, men included in that. I mean, it makes such a tremendous difference. So yeah, just I guess we wait a couple months. If we know how, and I certainly know how passionate I am, and Harry and I see the world so similarly in our approach of being very hands-on with things, what I can say is that I have been fortunate enough to meet with some incredible women It was at that moment that I realized the magnitude of my actions. At the age of 11, I had created my small level of impact by standing up for equality. Now, equality means that President Paul Kagame of Rwanda, whose country I recently visited as part of my learning mission with UN Women, it means that he is equal to the little girl at the Gihembe refugee camp who is dreaming about being president one day. Equality means that UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon is equal to the young intern at the UN who is dreaming about shaking his hand. It means that a wife is equal to her husband, a sister to her brother. Not better, not worse. They are equal. UN Women, as you guys know, has defined the year 2030 as the expiration date for gender inequality.